All right, sorry about the lighting now. I have no lights. We have no power, but I do have the power for Wi-Fi because I have an inverter and I have batteries and I have the hookups you need. So I'm going to show you exactly what you need to get and get these ASAP. I'm telling you right now, winter is coming. Get these ASAP. And of course, if you use my link, I get that sweet, sweet Amazon money. All right. So what I'm firing my my Wi-Fi on right now, Wi-Fi, I don't know the load with the draw on the Wi-Fi. I can't imagine as much. What, 5, 10 watts maybe, something like that. Nothing big. So I'm using a Cobra. What is that wattage here? That is a 5,000 watts peak. All right, so I think that's 2,500. Yeah, 2,500 operate continual, 5,000 watts peak. So a couple things. So what's happening here? I'm going to go down to 5,000 watts. It's 1,100. Hold on just a second. Where's that Cobra? There's a 2,000. Let's go up here. So we're on Amazon. Cobra 5,000 watt inverter right there. Just saw it right there. All right. So here, still not my model. It doesn't matter. So I'm trying to see what the Potec Schumacher. There you go. Schumacher is fantastic. So let's just use this for example. All right. So here you got 2,000, 3,000 watts DC. As battery power is DC, direct current. Just goes one direction. AC is alternating current. All right. Everyone gets all, I need a sine wave. It doesn't matter. Just get yourself, and this probably might be so expensive, but get this Schumacher without question. Schumacher is the best in terms of battery charging as well. Get yourself some battery chargers. We're just going to use this Schumacher 3,000 watt inverter. And what you're doing is you're taking your battery. Let me show you. Like I just did a video on this. Now don't shift these batteries, my friends. You see that battery right there? I got that from Walmart, probably $90. I got 3 downstairs. We have 2 vehicles because Maddie's got one. So we have 5 12-volt batteries right there. That's a deep cycle, a marine battery, a marine deep cycle battery. That is what's using where you plug your inverter. I'll show you again. Let me just do this, see how this works. The light's not very good, so it'll be bad to see. All right, so what you're doing here is you're plugging the battery. You're plugging it into this inverter right there. That's my Cobra DC to AC. It's, again, direct current to AC. So direct current is 12 volt. Your wall socket is 120. That's your wall socket right there. That's 120. So you can't have a DC. You can't plug in like your prong stuff that you like your lamp and all that into with a battery unless you invert it to make it from 120 volts to 12. And so what that does is it says, okay, now we have a similar capacity so they can actually meet because the voltage is the same. And so what's happening here is this right here is converting or inverting the outlet to make it have the same voltage as your appliance needs to run, which is on 120. So it's taking the DC battery, 12 volts, inverting it to 120 volts. So you actually plug your appliance into that. So we got an inverter, right? Now this is 3,000. So you want to get a couple inverters because now this will run a fridge, right? Your fridge, you got an ice box out there, which we do. This will run your ice box. This will run your fridge. So right now the ice box is not plugged into anything, but that's okay because it's heavily insulated. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's heavily insulated, the ice box is. It's got lots of meat in there, which is keeping other meat frozen. And I got a bag of ice in there as well for something like this. Now, what's going to happen is if we don't get the power back, we're going on 8 hours without the power. So what's going to happen is if we don't get the power on soon, I'm going to throw a couple blankets on there to keep even more insulated. I'll go down to Walmart if it's available, if it's open, and get a couple of bags of ice to keep it more so. But an ice box should keep it pretty insulated for a long time, so you should be good to go. Now, you don't want to open it up unless you absolutely have to. In fact, it just occurred. I just opened it up because we're going to do some chili tonight. But you can see the sun's out, so I don't know how long the power will be out here. But there's trees all over the place here because of Hurricane, was it Zena or something like that? All right, so you got to get this inverter. Now, someone asked, how long will it stay charged? It depends on what the load is. So if you have a fridge, probably 1,200 watts to start because the compressor kicks on, maybe 700 watts to to go. And so, on a continual basis, 700 watts, if even that, if it's Energy Star, might be 500. So that would run a while. Off the top of my head, I can't remember how. It's easy to figure out how long it'll stay on the battery, how long it'll be charged for. I just can't remember off the top of my head. But, all right, so this is a 3,000 watt. So that would run a fridge. That would run an ice box. And, certainly your TVs, whatnot. I don't even want TV when I'm doing this. I just want to make sure I got Wi-Fi. I want to make sure I can charge my computers and whatnot. And all that stuff. So I'm not running I want my fridge to run, I want my ice box to run, and I want to make sure my computers run and my Wi-Fi. That's all I really need. Now we have lights, we can plug lamps into there, which we probably will as well, but right now it's daytime, so we don't need that. So you got to get one. You got to get one, but I'd also get smaller ones too. So that way you can have smaller batteries. You don't have 12 volt, that's all you need. You just need a 12 volt battery. So like a battery for one of those dune buggy things. I'm talking about those little, I'm talking about those little four-wheeling things. You can take a battery, do the same thing there. And I'll do that here in just a second to show you. And then you can plug lamps in throughout. You just got to make sure the battery's charged. So that's what you got to do. Now, and you can do that. It's just like I had forgotten to charge my batteries. So I don't know how long the charge isn't good because the voltage is way down. But the nice thing with deep cycle batteries is that they can go way down many times. That's why they call them deep cycle, because they can cycle. They have depths of discharge, or I think it's depths of discharge. Anyway, they can go way. It's been a while since I've actually done this contraption here. But anyway, they don't lose their charging capacity without hundreds of times. Can you run it down essentially? But the fact it's only at 11.8 volts means it's undercharged. That's for sure. All right, so anyway, so what you want to get is you want to definitely get 1,000 watts. This is good, 1,000 watt. You're not going to run your fridge. I mean, it's got 2,000 peak. Yeah, I'd be hesitant to do that. But you definitely want to get it. So one is done because I got 4 inverters. 2 of them aren't working, so I only got 2 now. And that's why I had to bust out that 5,000 one. Because my other one, I only got 2. And I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared. So anyway, so you want to get a couple. You want to get a 1,000 watt one for sure. You want to get a heavy one just in case you got to run your fridge and your ice box. You got to get some 12 gauge or is it 10 gauge cables. What's the lower the gauge, the more is it amps it can take, the more current it can take. So you want to get some big gauge cables so you can connect. Anyways, you can also look. Yeah, here's like a smart one here, but I don't know what that company. I'm not sure. We got. Schumacher is good. It's fantastic actually, and there's another company too. I'm just drawing a blank what it's called. The other company, which I have like 3 of them. I just drawing a blank. They're red. I don't know. I've never heard of Potec. It doesn't mean they're bad. So here's a modified sine wave. People say if I charge my laptop on that, it's going to ruin it. Okay, maybe. I don't think so. But let's see. What is the other company, man? Let's just go to inverter. The main company is called, Bestech. That's what it is. So I got a bunch of these Bestech ones right there. Yeah, America's leading power inverter. Anyway, I like Schumacher. I got a bunch of Bestechs. $30 for you can plug this into your car. That's not going to give you much. They'll work a light, absolutely. You can charge your cell phone off that sucker, absolutely. But I would get 3 inverters. I get a 500. 1,500 to 3,000 or something like that. That's absolutely what I do for sure. So get that. Now, you also got to get the cables, your extension cords. So let's you also want to make sure you get the alligator clips. So let's just make sure we got the with alligator clips. All right, sweet. So let's see. You got the $43. This is a small one. That'll just plug in. That'll just charge your phones and your laptop, and you can run a small light on that too if it's an LED light. But look, it's got the battery, got the alligator clips on there, and so what you do is you take these guys, they go on right there, and they just screw on there. It's easy, and then you got this goes on the battery, easy as pie. Or you can actually, because it's only 110 volts, without much, you can actually use this right here to plug. To plug that right there into your battery or into your cigarette lighter on your car. You don't want to do a bigger load than like a light bulb and maybe a laptop simply because that crashed the fuse on your car. But anyway, actually I do have one of those in my car. I should bust that out. Actually, I should have done that before I thought. But this is a good product for sure, without question. You just got to make sure you get the alligator clips too. Don't order a freaking battery and have it shipped to you. Just go to Walmart. Get a lead acid battery. So let's just look at Walmart real quick. Walmart. All right, and get a lead acid battery, deep marine battery. All right, and you can go in the auto part of, and let's see here. It's a 12 volt. There's a certain kind you want. 12 volt is all 35. Yeah, marine deep cycle battery. Minn Kota. That's gonna be more for. So what do I got in here? I got deep cycle battery is what you want, but it seems I'm drawing a blank of what I had. Oh, yeah, I can just look at it right quick. This is a what was that? 29 DC. I think that's what you want. You want a 29 to 32. And off the top of my head, I can't remember. This has 122 amp hours at 1 amp. All right, so it's still going to 11.8 volts. So I've had that running for 2 hours now, and still it hasn't dropped voltage, which is good. So it's keeping it hold pretty well. So you want right. So something like this, right? That's 27. We want if you can get a 29, group 31. There you go. So right here. So here's a 31 to 29. You don't want a 24. Off the top of my head, I can't remember exactly why. It just so anyway, let's just look at this guy, Banshee. Yeah, so these are for those little so let's just look at this Banshee. So we're gonna look at 31. I don't remember how much it cost. Yeah, $240. That's money well spent. All right, so that, I mean, I don't know if Banshee's the best. I don't know. Right now, we need one for sure. You could probably go to Costco and get one too, actually. I think I might have got those at Costco now I think about it. Costco, deep cycle. Oops. You go to Costco, and I'm not sure where deep, or we'll just type in marine battery. Yeah, there you go. Interstate marine batteries. We got your battery. Yeah, so that's, you don't want 24. You want to get a 27 to 29 ideally, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. As long as you got a battery you can use to charge your stuff that you to power the stuff you're doing. So let's just look at let's look at what they got here. Recreational battery, and we want to get a right here. Yeah, so golf battery. That's gonna work. 8 golf batteries. Okay, marine batteries in here. Anyway, so you can go to a Costco and get a battery for sure. 24 DC. There you go. That'll work. 24 is, again, for some reason I have 29 on my brain and 32. And the reason I do that is we go to battery 1, 2, 3, 4. It's my man Steve Harris runs this website, which I'm a huge fan of, and this is how I learned all this. And you can read his or watch his videos he has on your powering up your battery bank right there. And he talks about everything you need without question. Everything you need for his batteries. Battery Show 1, Battery Show 3. He talks about all. So I'm a big fan of Steve Harris's stuff. Lastly, we pause real quick. So I just bought some freeze-dried ground beef and some freeze-dried chicken and some freeze-dried diced beef as well. Get yourself some freeze-dried beef ASAP. I'm telling you right now, man. Right here, freeze-dried beef dices, from Augustin Farms. I just bought some of that. Diced beef from Mountain House. Look, we don't know what's going to happen, but the winter is coming for sure. The electricity's out right now in Georgia. Now, how long? I don't know. But the point is, spend $1,000, get all your preps in order, and just put in your basement. If you don't need it, you're out $1,000. All right, but you don't have to worry about it. If you do need it, you're gonna be glad you did, because you just don't know. I'm telling you right now, man. The idea, I still sit there all the time. I say, do we really think if we have another lockdown that the country's better prepared for it this time? No. So get yourself stocked up on some toilet paper, get some freeze-dried beef, freeze-dried chicken, freeze-dried meat. Vegetables are easy, all right? That's easy and cheap, but for certainly meat is going to be, they didn't have any freeze-dried meat back in March or April. It was all gone. Get it now while the getting's good, because winter is coming. You got to be prepared. All right, love to hear your comments. See you.